Good evening, hockey fans from around the Nicola Valley. Welcome to the show where you can stay up to date on everything Merritt Centennials. Talking sense, I'm your host and play-by-play broadcaster for the Merritt Centennials, Jared Thomas. We're heading into week 10 of the season, and the Sens just wrapped up a 3-game road trip in the week that was. The Island Swing saw the Sens travel to Victoria on Friday, Alberni Valley on Saturday, and to South Surrey on Sunday. But we'll start with the game in Victoria, where the Sens skated scoreless through the first half of the period against the top team in the Island Division before the Goose got on the loose.
Ahead for Matthew Gosselin. One-on-one, he can't beat Somerville. And the Grizzlies will work it back up the ice. Turnover at the line. Copperwood down for Gosselin. Shot down low. He'll score! Matthew Gosselin, the Goose, gets it down low. Beneath the pad is Zachary Rose. And it's 1-0 for the Merritt Centennials.
Matthew Gosselin with his third of the season from Matt Copperwood and Jack Vincent. This line looked incredible, flying all over the ice against the Victoria Grizzlies. And that was how it would skate until the latter half of the first period, where at 16:51, a familiar face got on the score sheet.
To their first string of trouble here. Now Zach Court finally to center. He's got Ashton Stockey with him. Court the shot. He'll go. Zach Gardner! Zach Court rings a shot up high on Zach Rose, and it's 2-0.
With that goal, the floodgates slowly started creaking open, and it didn't take long, just 20 seconds in fact, for the Sens to strike again.
And now Copperwood on the left wing. His shot doesn't get through. Second opportunity, throws it on. It goes in! It goes in! Matt Copperwood with his first in the BCHL! And the Sens have come alive in the first period. It's 3-0.
And before I could even finish talking about Matt Copperwood's goal, the Sens found the back of the net again.
So in the arena, they're giving credit to Matt Copperwood as the Sens still to the attack. Claiborne water bottles it! It's 4-0! And the floodgates are open early at the Q Center.
So the Sens would lead 4-0 at that point. They chased Zachary Rose from the net with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. And then he comes back for the second period after he had a moment's rest on the bench, an intermission to clear his head. Rylan Van Unen greeted him the only way he knows how.
Coca comes in. Now Rylan Van Unen, the shot up high, they'll score! Rylan Van Unen snipes the top corner, and it's 5-0! Rose comes back into the game, and he picks off where he left off, and that's getting beaten by the Sens snipers.
That would end Zachary Rose's night again, and the AP call-up Bryce Scheibel came in, guided the Grizzlies back on track, but they weren't able to come back at all. And the second period would go down 5-0 before in the third, the Sens got a bit more insurance, this time from Zach Zorn.
Get it after a give and go to Berkepek. Now Buckley the shot off some shin pad thrown in front. Zorn will score! Schneider off the end board, center to Zach Zorn off the pads of Scheibel, and Zorn finds the rebound, goes top shelf.
A 6-0 win for the Sens over the Grizzlies. They look to make it 3 wins in a row the following night against Alberni Valley. We'll recap that game next here on Talking Sens with me, Jared Thomas. Welcome back to the show where you can stay up to date on everything Merritt Centennials Talking Sens. I'm your host and play-by-play broadcaster for the Centennials, Jared Thomas. In segment 1, we recapped Game 1 of the 3-game Island road trip where the Sens went to Victoria and spanked the Grizzlies 6-0. Jake Berger with his first shutout of the year. Matt Copperwood with a Gordie Howe hat trick plus 1 assist. He had a goal, 2 assists, and a fight in that one. And the Sens would travel north up the island to Port Alberni to take on the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, both with very similar records, but the Bulldogs actually came out with a bit of pep in this one, outshot the Sens in the first period 17-4, but Austin Roden makes his first start for the Centennials, able to keep things deadlocked at zeros after one period of play, despite being heavily outshot. Then in the second period, the Centennials finally came to life.
As the Cents win the draw to the net, and it scores! Right off the draw, one forward by Stocky, centered into the slot, and Van Unen able to backhand it over the blocker side of Lancaster. It's 1-0 for the Cents. They start off the second in style.
That one comes just a minute into the second period as Ryan Steele, the captain of the Bulldogs, was in the penalty box for a roughing call, and just 4 seconds in, the Cents able to convert on the power play. It wasn't until later in the frame that the Cents would convert again, this time the leading scorer getting it done.
On the right side wall, up high, now skates down low, leaves for Wicks. Back to the line for Monroe. Monroe skates to the middle of the ice, now to the right point for Wicks. Down low for Court. Back for Wicks, what a shot! Wicks buries it into the bottom of the net, past the pad of Lancaster, and it's 2-0 for the Merritt Centennials. What a give-and-go feed from Wicks and Court. They got the chemistry, and they got another goal on the board for the Centennials, baby.
2 goals on the power play, but the Cents weren't done there. Late in the period, Brendan Schneider goes off for roughing, and the Cents strike shorthanded.
Zorn nearly able to poke it past him, and he does. Now off to the races is Zach Zorn on the breakaway. He rips it up top, and he'll score! Zach Zorn shorthanded, baby. It's 3-0.
The Cents get one shorthanded to end the second, but to begin the third, the Bulldogs still on the power play.
Bulldogs win it. Court tries to get it to the line, not out. Welsh tees one up. It's deflected into the top corner, and the Bulldogs score.
An unfortunate one off the knee of Tyrell Buckley, the captain. Then just 3 minutes later, more bad luck for the Cents.
Thrown through the slot. Selleck intercepts. He goes back corner. Joey Berkapak with a horrible giveaway.
The Cents trying to hang on to the 1-goal lead, but with just over 2 minutes left to play, the captain for the Bulldogs came streaking down the wing.
But Steele comes away with it for the Bulldogs. Driving wide is Steele on the right side to the forehand. Battled away. It gets through the legs of Roden, and they'll score. Bulldogs tie it up.
Bulldogs tie it up, and despite all sorts of chances in the overtime frames, this one skates to a 3-all draw. We'll look at the road trip finale against the Surrey Eagles in the next segment. Here with me, Jared Thomas. It's Talking Sense. Welcome back to the show where you can see everything Merritt Centennials Talking Sense. I'm your host and play-by-play man for the Centennials, Jared Thomas. In segment 1 and 2, we recapped the first 2 legs of the Island Swing against the Victoria Grizzlies, a 6-0 win for the Cents, and the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, a 3-all tie, which led to a Sunday afternoon affair against the Surrey Eagles, and it was the Eagles who came out flying.
To the slot, Stewart shoots up high and they'll score!
Jeff Stewart from the slot after the Cents got assessed a delay of game call to Jack Vincent for messing around too long in the warm-ups. The Eagles managed to score on the power play, and it didn't take them long to score again.
Westgarth of the puck, but the Eagles come into the zone. Berger on the wraparound attempt, they'll score! Berger made the lazy save to the short side, and then left himself exposed in a quick wraparound, and it's 2-0.
Cents a little shell-shocked early in this one, down 2, but they didn't sit back on their heels. They went to the attack.
Turned over, now Ryland Van Unen a chance to break in all alone. Ryland Van Unen trying to settle the puck up top, he'll score! Ryland Van Unen getting the Centennials on the board on a breakaway.
5 minutes later, the Surrey Eagles were on the power play, but you know that never stops the Cents from thinking offense.
Norton beaten by Cleghorn. Now Cleghorn has a chance. Cutting to the net is Henry Cleghorn to the back, and he'll score! Henry Cleghorn, what a move!
Driving wide to his left, cuts to the middle, flips it up with the backhand, and gets it past Tallarico. And in just 10 minutes of play, the Sens able to come back from the early 2-goal deficit, tie things up. And then 2 minutes later, Tallarico had a gift for Brendan Schneider.
Tallarico out to play. Wow, right into the waiting arms of Brendan Schneider, and he'll throw it into the empty net.
So the Sens managed to come back from the 2-goal deficit, and they managed to end Nick Tallarico's night in net the second time on the road trip. They managed that feat against the starting goaltender. Danny Davidson comes in relief, and he manages to stop the remaining shots in the first period. In the second, the Centennials quiet on the offensive front, the only goal coming from the Eagles. But we got a special guest in the second period. Mantar Bandal joined me, taking a break from his Hockey Night in Canada duties, now doing the Punjabi call, and he gave us a little taste of what that sounds like.
It's a face-off hoga sajje paase Jacob Berger da kargo face-off Jack Vincent Centennials de ਵਿਰੋਧ face-off ਜਿੱਤ ਕੇ Surrey ਵਾਰਿਆ shot ਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਦਿੱਤਾ Berger ਪਰਲੇ ਖੂੰਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਿਆ.
After 40 minutes of play, the Sens were tied at 3-3 with the Surrey Eagles, but came to life once again in the third, and a familiar face getting it done.
From Monroe, one-timer, doesn't get through. Wicks on the rebound. Cleghorn finds the third opportunity, and the Sens convert on the power play.
Early in the third, the Sens converting on the power play. Midway through the third, they'd get one of the craziest goals you'll ever see in hockey.
Loose in the slot. Zorn! What a shot! What? He falls to his knees and then spins. Backhands it up top corner over the glove of Davidson. It's 5-3.
Oh my goodness. Zach Zorn. That is one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in junior A. That was incredible.
The Eagles would make it interesting with a late goal, but the Sens would hang on to win 5-4, get 5 of 6 points on the island road trip, and come into next week against the Salmon Arm Silverbacks looking to take possession of 6th place in the interior division and remain unbeaten in their last 5. Till this Friday against the Salmon Arm Silverbacks from the Shaw Center in Salmon Arm, I'm Jared Thomas. It's been Talking Sense. See ya. Love ya. Bye.